I have one question for you black bitches. Why does it matter if he wants to sleep with a transsexual?
Oh God. Oh, y'all smell that? That's misogyny. So I've seen this video going around quite a bit, and I thought that I would finally give you guys my response as a black trans woman. So Sasha Shah is a black transgender YouTuber who recently made a video called Black Women Are Murdering Trans Women, and it's got some choice moments, I'll just say. So to give you guys a bit of context for this video, Jimmy Smacks is a social media guy. He's got almost 700,000 followers on his Instagram, and he used to date a woman named Trina, who is a celebrity. Jimmy Smacks, since dating her, has gone off and started to do some sex work, and most of his Instagram pictures are of him with the various women that he's shooting with. Well, one day he took a picture with Mia Isabella, and Mia Isabella is a famous transgender porn star. So apparently this caused a lot of controversy on the black side of social media, and there were a lot of people creating videos about how disgusting it was that Jimmy Smacks was with a transgender woman. To give you guys even more context, here is part of the supercut that Sasha has in her video.
Can y'all leave some men for us? How the fuck am I supposed to reproduce?
For me personally, I will not date a bisexual man.
Hey,
I am not.
like, keep that to yourself.
I don't agree with it. For me, that's it.
Has the stomach, has the butt work done, but she still has a wee-wee.
And I'm talking from the 305. We do not condone that shit. Jimmy Smacks is gay.
Like, you know, I'm sorry, you know, though that's not some shit that you were talking about. You woke up and you decided to do. No, bro, you done did that shit before.
So this video that we're about to watch is Sasha's reaction to these comments. Now, before we watch this video, I wanted to share with you guys that as a black transgender woman, I personally do have a lot of hesitation with following a lot of black-centered social media pages because I do find myself running into stuff like this quite frequently. I'm not gonna say that black people are more transphobic than white people, but what I will say is that as a black transgender woman, the opinions and feelings of black people do actually cut a little bit deeper than the opinions and feelings of white people. A lot of black people are very socially conservative, and so it's really common for very Afrocentric pages to veer off into transphobia pretty quickly. So I say all that to say that I understand the foundation of her frustration, but girl, maybe this wasn't the look. All right, so we're gonna watch this video and I will give you guys my reactions as we go through.
Why are you upset? Why are you upset at the world that black men, yes, I said it, black men finds trans women attractive? They find us attractive because you're boring. You are judgmental. You only want to have threesomes with other women, and then this man is just there penetrating you. You don't want to do nothing to him, and you don't want to pleasure him. So guess what? He's gonna come to me or other transsexual women to pleasure him because he's into transsexuals. Whether you like it or not, straight man is into transsexual. They can bash us with you, but when you're not there, these straight man is all over this, baby.
So there's a lot to unpack. It is very, very common for men who are with cis women in long-term relationships to seek out these sort of secretive relationships with transgender women that they would never claim publicly. And I think from reading this, these are the sorts of relationships that Sasha is very used to. She sees this as a badge of honor, a little bit of validation I'm piecing together. But to me, I wouldn't really feel complimented by a man approaching me in a dishonest way. That's not a positive thing. I do think that a lot of cis women have a hard time wrapping their minds around the fact that the men who date them also date us. I do think that that's something that a lot of people struggle to understand. Of course they would, in a time where the men who date us often aren't comfortable telling people that they're dating us. What I think is interesting about Jimmy Smacks is that he's not hiding it. He is very loudly saying, I sleep with trans women. In fact, here's the trans woman that I'm sleeping with, which is honestly fairly uncommon. The reaction that people are having to this is good reason why you don't see this very often. I don't personally put Jimmy Smacks up, you know, in this like category as like, you know, an idealistic man that I personally would want to date or be with, right? But I will say that it's interesting to me to see this because you don't often see it.
You black bitches are just mad that everybody else is sleeping with black men and the black men that you're desiring do not want you. They do not desire you anymore. Every comment in this man mention is a black woman saying you're gay, you're gay, you're gay. And these black girls are very ugly. They're ugly. They are ugly, first of all. They have no sex appeal, no feminine features, nothing feminine about them. But then they think a Jimmy Smash is gonna smash them. Take a look at all the girls in this video. They don't look
ain't
like a
nobody want
typical
him.
black girl. They don't. Because black bitches are waste. Black bitches are ignorant. Black bitches are mad that no one wants them.
Oof. Oh, God. And it just gets more and more misogynistic. Like, she just is so misogynistic. It's a lot. One of the things that I noticed while quickly looking through Sasha Shaw's content is that she has so much heat for black women. You know, she has got so much shit to say about black women, but when she's addressing really anyone else, she doesn't seem to have the same heat, which I found really interesting. To me, it sounds like she has this integral issue with black women, which is so interesting to me because, like, sis, aren't you supposed to be a black woman? Like, I don't get this strong disconnect of yourself from this category of black woman. Like, it's very hard for me not to read a lot of what she's saying as self-loathing. Also, maybe it's because I'm dark-skinned, but like, black men have always been interested in me. Black men have always been attracted to me. I don't buy into this idea that black women are undesirable. In reality, most black men still marry black women. I date people of all racial backgrounds, but most black people still date within their race. So if anybody tries to convince you that, you know, the numbers are going down or da-da-da-da-da, that's just not true. That's just not true. Most black people still date and marry black people. Here's the thing, in another one of Sasha's videos, she mentions that transphobia is violent. And I absolutely agree that a lot of times transphobia leads to violence, reinforces violence, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. My thing here is, how is what she's saying here not reinforcing the violence and bias against black women? How isn't it? Again, I understand her frustration. I get how frustrating it is to be in a situation where you're consistently being shown that men cannot be with you without being shamed, where you consistently feel like people don't know this reality of your life, where you are hyper desired, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that all being said, I don't believe that you should take that alienation and translate that into anti-blackness against black women, especially when you're a black trans woman. It doesn't make sense, girl. It's just really not adding up.
Y'all biological females, the black bitches in the back. Yes, I'm saying it. Y'all black bitches need to learn, need to respect, need to obey, need to learn that, guess what? Trans women are here to stay and we're not going nowhere. It doesn't matter if you tell a man to murder us. It doesn't matter if you brainwash a man to murder us. We're not going nowhere. So you can bash Jimmy. You can bash other men in the media who comes out that liking trans women. They're gonna keep coming out, honey. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Keep bashing them? Because I'm not gonna stop sleeping with them. My girlfriends are not gonna stop sleeping with them.
And she's proud of that. She's proud of that. She's proud of being the secret sex object to a man who would never claim her, who would never prioritize her in the way that he has a cis woman. That's sad, girl. This is 100% some pick-me bullshit. And I'll tell you why. A lot of men will come to transgender women and just sit there and complain all day long about cis women not being this, cis women not doing that. She doesn't do this, she's not into that, da 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 da. A lot of these men are looking for a sexual outlet. They are looking for a trans woman who can fulfill their fantasies. One of the things that a lot of men will say to trans women is that they're just more feminine than cis women, you know? And this is just all gaslighty bullshit, you know? Like, a lot of men know that transgender women are insecure about themselves, and so they will just give you this long list of all the reasons why you're better than a real woman. I love when they actually say that because it really brings out the transphobia in their eyes, you know? And all throughout this video, she's like touching her boobs and pushing them up. And at one point she like shows her room and she's like, look at this. This is what your man wants. Your man wants this, da 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 da. It screams insecurity. That is not, I think, what somebody who is truly secure in themselves would do. You don't need to put people down like that. You don't need to talk about how they have no femininity, no sex appeal. You know, being a woman isn't about having sex appeal. Sasha, let me level with you. You need to want more for yourself. You need to want to be prioritized. You should not be patting yourself on the back because some man is having sex with you while he's cheating on his wife. That is not and should not be a source of power for you. You know, saying, I'm gonna keep doing it, my girls are gonna keep doing it. Why is that something that you're proud of? Why is that something that you're expecting for other women to be threatened by? That's not a compliment. I just want for people to want better for themselves. I just want for people to know that they're worth more than that, you know? I don't think that anybody should be sitting on the internet bragging about the men who are cheating on their wives with them. I think that that is so tacky. I think that that is so classless. That's not something that should be flattering to you. Also, can we talk about this? If a man is cheating on his partner, that's him breaking his promise to her. That's not her not doing what she's supposed to do or da 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 or being too black or too masculine. That's not that at all. He is directly disrespecting both of y'all. And the thing about all of this is that when she starts describing these black women as masculine or having no feminine features, to me, it's picking at a wound that is so fresh within a lot of black women who have often had to have their femininity stripped from them. The masculinization of black women is something that a lot of black women are fighting against. And to me, it's like she knows that these wounds exist and she just wants to pick. And to me, that is disgusting, especially as a black person. Now, I think what she was trying to say in this video, but didn't actually say, is that the sort of environment that a lot of people create where a man needs to be shamed because he's with a transgender woman does lead to these situations where men kill their intimate partners so that they don't have to explain why they're in relationships with transgender women. I get where she's coming from with that, but that is not black women's fault. That is not black women's fault. That is the fault of the men who killed their partners out of insecurity. That is the fault of the men who lifted their hands up to express violence because they could not accept themselves. That is the fault of men who attacked transgender women because they were so afraid of what their colleagues, friends, and family and church, etc. would say. That is not the fault of black women. The only person who should be held accountable for the murder of black transgender women is the black men who tend to kill them. I do think that a lot of black men probably do feel like they're in a position where they can't openly acknowledge that they've been with transgender women without losing a connection to their community. Because oftentimes when a man does express interest and attraction to a transgender woman, he does lose a whole bunch of shit. Now, personally, I'm of the opinion that a man who doesn't want to do that is a coward who I have no interest in being with. So I'm not gonna sit here and baby men, especially black men, because they're not confident enough in their shit. I do understand, however, that it is a very uphill battle when you are somebody who is dealing with racism on top of all the other things. At the end of the day, what I find to be so ironic about this video is that it's a video that's being made that obviously is made to be hurtful to Black cis women. And in this conversation that we're having about improving relationships between Black cis women and Black trans women, I don't think this is very helpful. Anyways, I definitely edited this video down. It is a very, very long video with a lot of choice moments. You guys can look it up if you guys are interested in watching the whole thing. But yeah, that's what I had to say. I think it's important to talk about the fact that trans women can still be misogynistic, and this was a very, very violently misogynistic video. Do I understand why she's upset? Yes. But girl, this was not the way. So I'm really curious to know what you guys have to say about this. Please give me your thoughts in the comment box below. I am mostly interested in hearing from Black folks on this. Obviously, everyone is welcomed to share and express their feelings, but I would definitely like to hear from Black trans folks, Black cis folks about this discourse, because it definitely is a conversation that I think needs to be had. And so I would love for us to start that conversation in the comment box below. I'm definitely only going to be wanting people who are interested in a productive conversation to be commenting. If you guys, start any bullshit, I will be deleting you. So let's just make that clear. Anyway, put the emoji in the comment box below if you are interested in being part of the Cool Kids Club. It is the most exclusive club that you could be part of. Everybody's in it who is cool with the school and doesn't drool. Only put the emoji there if you don't drool. We don't like droolers here. We try to be accepting of everybody, but there's a limit. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.